Good day, martial world. My name is Michelle Manu, and you're watching the Masters Hall of Fame World News. Today, I actually have a friend that is our guest today from Wang Long Wing Chun Temple in Long Beach, California. Today, we welcome Sifu Clark Tang. Clark, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Master Michelle, for inviting me here. It is my honor, and finally I met you in person. I usually read you on a magazine. I've seen you everywhere. It was only a dream to meet you in person, and here I am.
Well, it's my honor and Masters Hall of Fame World News honor to have you here today.
Thank you.
And to talk about your art and about you and the progression of your studies. So I wanted to ask, as the first question, what got you started in martial arts, and what has been your progression in your training?
Yes, I started martial art very young. I didn't know how, I didn't know. It just happened. And this is a story. My aunt used to own a restaurant close to the Chinese theater. I was born in Cambodia. I came here when I was very young, so it was there. And what happened, I didn't know, I don't remember how I sneaked into the theater. But I remember that's a shot. And when I went to the theater, I saw Master Tilong. And boy, when I came out, I'm just a new person. Everything is martial art back then. And so I was raised by my grandmother, and my grandmother was just like, wow, he's just different. So from there on, I always pursue martial art. And I start off not on sort of like official class. I study under my uncle.
Good.
He had a kickboxing. So, and also my cousin, he has a taekwondo and judo. So I started there when I was young. And then from there on, and then we came to United States. When I started as during the late 80s, when I started have official class, and I started kickboxing with my sensei, Paul Hogue, and he had American Kenpo too.
Okay.
But later I found out about Master Bruce Lee. I always followed him. I was inspired by him. And I always read, and then I thought, okay, I want to take Jeet Kune Do. But I found out Wing Chun was the nucleus of Jeet Kune Do. So I always look for Wing Chun, and I didn't find any until later on, 1993. It was in Fountain Valley. But before then, I had American Kenpo. I studied there, and also Tai Chi. I studied Taekwondo, and I did finish with Lama Kenpo Karate. You met my master already.
Yeah.
Yes, he's a very, very strong guy. You know that?
He looks strong too.
Yes.
Go ahead and name him for our audience.
Yes, his name is Sifu Thomas Martin. I know him for most of my life here in Long Beach, and we still meet each other. And from there on, every time we meet, it's just like the world is so short time. We get into that world, we share a lot of things, and it doesn't matter how time, like we never see each other for a year. And the time we come back again, it's just that time again moment. It's just amazing.
I think a lot of us women share that. Where you don't see a good girlfriend for a little while, and all of a sudden it's like, you get together after 2 or 3 years, and it's just like yesterday. So women experience that too.
Wow.
Well, I had the pleasure of meeting Martin at
Yes.
your grand opening,
Yes.
and that was pretty exciting. We'll talk a little bit about that
Sure.
later in your interview. Right now I wanted to ask if
Yes.
your great progression, was there any one person or an injury or something that occurred during your path of studies that was sort of pivotal or kind of changed your path and maybe even for the better?
Yes. Well, a lot of people, they take martial art as a self-defense. And for me, because of the inspiration of Master Tilong, so I chose martial art. And later on, I was so inspired by Master Bruce Lee. And I think the reason why I choose martial art as part of my life and part of my passion, it seems like, everybody have this. Every person, they have some sort of heroism inside of them.
True.
And it makes me feel good, like to have that control. And I don't usually get bullied when I was young, and because of my size. But I seen people get bullied and all that. I love to jump in and help and all that, be the hero, you know, when I was younger. And I guess it's carried that on over, I guess.
To your adulthood.
But now it's a different way right now. Instead of fighting, we talk more. When we get
That's so true.
Also, I think I was looking for different art because this is your journey. It's never end.
That's
I
right.
always, when I study American Kempo, I always find out what happened to this art, other art. But until I study Wing Chun, and that was,
That's it.
I have found it. And the reason why I found Wing Chun because of Master Bruce Lee. And not only that, when I first took it, because I came from a hard style, it was a torture for me.
Why?
Well, because Wing Chun is a woman's art, first of all. And when you study, you know, American Kenpo, Taekwondo, and all that, you know, and you're a man, everything is about strength.
Yeah.
Yes. So to really study and put it, you know, like, okay, well, you know what, more relaxed, be more humble, be more, you know, think of being nothing. You know, it was very hard. But I thankful to my first Sifu Don Fling. I mean, hopefully he's watching here. In 1993, he took me in. He only took, usually he only take 8 students at a time. He had this tradition.
Yes.
And it was in his garage. And it was serious, and he doesn't put it anywhere. It's almost like private. And it happened to me, one of the guys left, and there's one more spot, and one of my friends told me about him. And I went in, and my God, amazing. Yeah. First 6 months, it was hard. I mean, trying to do that style, you know, like it's so soft, and I said, my gosh, is this gonna work? Until later on, when I got in touch with the internal power, internal energy, that when everything was changing, I go, my God. So less is more, relax means more power. See, this is something else, it just amazed me.
Yeah.
That's why as I said earlier, Wing Chun was the best martial art because it was created by a woman. Not only by a woman, she was a nun too. So it has a lot of spiritual too in Wing Chun.
Intention. Speaking of intention,
Yes.
you have completely rebranded and had a grand reopening.
Yes.
And I'd love for you to share with our audience a little bit about what caused you to make that decision.
Yes. Well, first of all, when I start, I've been doing martial art for all my life in Wing Chun since 1993. And you know how it is, when life take over and then you practice more or less, it's all about life.
Right.
And then my first Sifu approached me. He's getting old, and he said, you know, maybe it's time for you to take it over. Maybe this is, you've been practiced all, and he knew that I would be a good teacher, but he said maybe not the time yet, because I was young and I was very you know how that is.
Of course.
Was not ready until he said, okay, maybe now it's time. And so I did. And he told me about it, say, okay, well, you know what? You're allowed right now to have your school. And then he told me, well, you know what? It's about you, your name, whatever you want to do, it's up to you because it's your art. And he shared something with me about Confucius. He said, you know what Confucius said? I said, yes, Sifu, what is that? He said, when the time is right, he had to kick his student out. Because he cannot follow the teacher, it's his way. You have to find your way. So that was my way. He said, okay. And then all of a sudden, with inspiration, I want to name my school. And I know that I always my dream was to go to Shaolin Temple when I was young, to become that little monk.
Sure.
And I said, you know, in that moment, I walk around pacing back and forth in my house and the trees, and all of a sudden I say, wow, Wing Chun, and then what about the temple? So, and then it came to my inspiration, Wing Chun Temple. And then I started 2012, And then during that time, I'm going back and forth in Hong Kong to meet Sifu Grandmaster Wong.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, there was a lot of conference of Wing Chun there. I mean, if you study Wing Chun, Hong Kong is where you want to be, you know? So I'm back and forth with Sifu Grandmaster Wong. I came in touch with him. And his Wing Chun was so, my God, I don't know, it's so magnificent.
Mm.
Not only the skill, I mean, the skill you can improve and you can be better at some point.
Sure.
But one thing about him is his character as a human being.
Mm.
And if I may share that part a little bit.
Please. Because I want to know how he's impacted your life.
Well, first, when we were at a practicing hall, and then we practiced the whole hour, and then everybody getting tired toward the end. And he said, okay, it's time for everybody, let's go. So, you know, everybody grabbed their backpack, they just want to leave, you know that. With him, he let everybody leave the room, he checked, made sure if everybody get their cell phone, everything like that. And what happened was, toward the end, right, he took a broom and started sweeping.
Oh.
Right? And I remember my first Sifu Donping told me, if you meet a real master, that's what he do, start sweeping. So, and that's when I talked to my business partner. She started joining us because she loved the philosophy and the mission and the vision of Wing Chun Temple. Because for me, it's not about just fighting.
Right.
Fighting is one thing. Also become a better person.
Right.
I mean, you're talking about in America, you cannot just go and beat up somebody or somebody come beat you. I mean, you know, you will be arrested. But I think, to me, right now, the new martial art trend is not. This is, the art of war would say, you know, the enemy is not there. It's you, the enemy. If you can conquer yourself, you can conquer others. So really, martial art, Wing Chun, that's what I want to set, is that we ourselves is working, you know, to become a better person.
Right.
Nowadays, you see people, kid now, having a rampage. It doesn't make sense. Why is that? Because a 16-year-old boy take his mom gun and start shooting everybody, innocent. And I want to change that. I said, you know what? Maybe religion failed the kids. And maybe politics failed. They don't like politics. And two subjects right now when I talk to a lot of young people. Politics, And also talk about religion. They don't even want to talk about it. They go, no, everybody. So I'm saying maybe martial art would be another channel of communicating to our Creator, become a better person.
True. Evolution of
Yes.
self. Right. Mastery. Masters Hall of Fame.
Exactly.
Right. Mastery over self.
Yes.
Well, that's wonderful. And so how often does Master Wang come and visit?
It was his, usually he gave a seminar throughout the world. Now, Sifu Grandmaster Wang, if you're an outsider of Wing Chun family, you don't know him. People don't even know him, right?
Sure.
But when you within the Wing Chun community, everybody hear of him, everybody, because you know what, his art, it's so pure. And Wing Chun is all about simplicity. And his art was straightforward, and also he made things so simple. I practiced Wing Chun for many years, and when I went to him, my God, it just like I had to relearn his system again.
Right.
It's just like more simple. And I said, my God, I cannot believe this.
What's Master Wang's lineage?
Yip Man.
Okay. Well, there you have it.
And he, from what I learned, he was the one that with Grandmaster Yip Man till the end of his day.
Wow, so that explains a lot.
You saw when he was nominated to Hall of Fame too. Remember, I think last year. I asked him like, who's your hero? And everybody would say Bruce Lee.
Sure.
He said, no, my Sifu Yip Man. Everything is surrounded by Yip Man. You know that. So to me, I feel that Wing Chun it make a person to a certain level that have a lot of respect, you know that.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, and he is as a person. You met him, he's a man of few words.
Yes.
And you can feel his energy, how so humble, and yet it's very approachable, isn't it?
He's just like light.
Yes, you met him. It's just amazing.
Yes, light just radiates from him.
That's why when his student, when I went back and forth, most of his students were concerned that Sifu Grandmaster Wong, he's getting his
Right.
age.
Sure.
He is older than Bruce Lee, I mean 2 years old, and he even started Wing Chun practice the same year, but he started before Master Bruce Lee, and he knew Master Bruce Lee. I remember, this is maybe out of it, this is his character. Once you know him, he loved to joke.
Like most of us, right?
I gotta share this with you,
comfortable with
if you don't mind.
Please.
When first time I met him in Hong Kong, I asked him so much about Bruce Lee.
Sure.
I says, Sifu, did Bruce Lee this, Bruce Lee that? First he accommodated me, yes, and later he said, you too much Bruce Lee died. He said, that's Xiao Long, that means small dragon. He said, I am Tao Long, that means big dragon.
Oh, my.
I am here.
Oh, wow.
I said, okay, I got it.
It's true. Yes.
And I know, I mean, to touch his hand and look the way his character is, it's just his art. I mean, I never met any Wing Chun like that. A lot of people, you see Wing Chun there, because the art is a concept art, and based on the principle, everybody have a different interpretation.
Sure, of course.
But you know, Wing Chun is all about simplicity. If you can do one move, why do 2 or 3? That's it, you know that.
I agree. It's very much like Lua, too.
Exactly, yes. And now, how did Sifu Grandmaster Wong and join our venture in Wing Chun Temple?
Yes.
Well, because first of all, I told him about, you know, my Wing Chun Temple. I presented to them, and so all his students, and we have a meeting, say, hey, you know what? Since you study under Sifu Grandmaster Wong, been back and forth, and you can carry his name under you. I said, oh my God, are you sure about that? That would be an honor. I mean, this is...
Sure.
And then, you know what happened? And I say, fine, I'll do it, but only within your blessing.
Yes, of course.
So he took me in as a disciple, and then here we go. We put Wing Chun Temple
That's
and
right.
Wong Long Wing Chun, and he is the only right person that represent Wing Chun Temple, because Wing Chun Temple again, it's well, Wing Chun itself is a very elegant art. It's a gentleman art, I say.
I love it.
You know, like I said earlier, we joke a lot, we respect people a lot, but there's a saying in Wing Chun, the fist has no respect, has no mercy. So we joke when we're not fighting, we do anything else just to relax. But we fight, it's very quick,
Sure.
and it's just the most vicious ever. You know how that goes when women, they get mad, they fight very hard.
Well, you know, I don't like generalities, but please continue.
This is my saying is that, like, for example, you can fight with a lion, let's see, the male lion. But when you see a female lion with a couple of cubs,
Yeah, you're done.
oh my God. Now that's what Wing Chun is. We
Very
will
good.
try to be nice, we will try to be humble, we will try to, you know, get on your mercy, please don't hurt me. But you know, hey, if there's no alternative,
Right.
we gotta give it all we got.
That's what we train for.
That's
that
what it
moment.
is, yes.
Yeah.
And go back to the Wing Chun Temple, it's so funny. Sifu Grandmaster Wong, he's have a seminar everywhere around the world. For some reason, he came to California. He loved California.
Who doesn't? Oh.
He said, one, maybe because his art is here, maybe.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
And also, actually, the weather has attracted him.
Isn't it? It's wonderful.
He
We're
said, my
so
God, the weather here is beautiful. Even Master William Lowe, he told me too, the weather is good in California.
That's very nice.
You know, I used to live in Texas, Ohio, and came here, it's a dream, you know that. And my God, it's a lot of martial arts school here. I mean,
Yeah, there
just
are a
pick
lot
and
of
choose,
martial
you know
artists.
that.
Well, paradise is only up here, though. You can be
Yes.
in the most beautiful place and still be completely miserable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, well, you were going to be inducted into this year's 2015 Masters Hall of Fame.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Oh, yes, you did. As you can see, Sifu is quite a joker. How does that make you feel? Are you super excited?
Yes, I do, in a way, but also I said, you know what? I'm just a person, not a human being, and I just want to pass this art to people that can change their life. It changed mine. And all we do, you know this, right? As a martial artist, we have some sort of responsibilities.
Absolutely.
As a warrior, we came out, you know that? We want to pass it on to make this place a better living place, right? For everybody.
Right.
And we want to create that environment of harmony. That's why I have 5 words for Wing Chun Temple, we said. Love, peace, compassion, unity, and harmony. If I may, I'm going to go through that word. So first, why I choose love. 1, because you love your art. Because even though a certain art, well, when you're young, you try to find a certain art that you love. And when you stuck with a certain art, you love it, you practice over and over.
Sure.
So the time you practice it and understand the art, it gives you that sense of peace.
Sure.
So this is the second stage of peace. And now when you get that peace, you're so happy, you're so satisfied with yourself. I mean, anybody can say anything, you go, you know what, whatever, I'm just being myself.
Right.
Just like Master Bruce Lee said, being honest with myself, express myself, it just, who cares what other think, it's just me. So what happened, and then you look around you, you go, all these people struggling with their life.
Yes.
And then compassion, you feel like compassion. And I think you want other people to feel that too, because it's almost like a paradise living on earth, that feeling, you know how that is. Most martial art, I know you know this. So, and then the second stage would be unity.
Right.
So we'll get people
One with
together,
others.
come, hey, let's do something big for a better of our society. So that we have unity. So when we work together, put a good team together, and Wing Chun Temple would not be today, if I may, with Sifu Jennifer, which you will,
Right.
and her whole family later on they join. We put a teamwork together. We invite Sifu Grandmaster Wong here, and you went to there, and even the Shaolin, imagine they showed up too.
I know, that was magnificent.
They want to
Oh my
see,
gosh.
this is a sister temple because it's a Wing Chun temple.
I actually think I'm friends with one of the monks on Facebook.
Oh, I see.
He's
Okay.
magnificent. Don't
gotta
look at me
check
like
that
that, Claudia. For the audience, we actually have, we're going to have
Yes.
some other people join us at the tail end of this interview. And so, yeah, I'm talking to them off stage here. So, yeah.
And yes, those
So harmony.
Harmony would be the last end, is that all you want is harmony, because the world started with harmony. Something happened, so we have to fix it going back to the future.
Yeah.
I mean, the future is to become back harmony, just like Wing Chun. Wing Chun, when we were born, we're so pure, we're so relaxed, we're so trustful.
Yes, trust you.
And then when you get to adult, because you've been domesticated, something happened.
Programmed.
Yes, we talk about this. If it's, it happened all the time. You look around you. I have to be like this because other people say I am being this way, that way. But actually, you know what? You don't have to listen to society. All you do is listen to yourself.
The choice.
But it is hard to get to that level.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean? You have to study martial art to a certain level to really unlock that secret.
I agree.
Wing Chun again. Wing Chun, if you look at the style, it's all about natural. Like, there's a slapping hand. They put that in a slapping hand. If you look at it, no one has to know martial art, but they do slap a lot. So that's why Wing Chun brought that over to a slapping hand, and they put that as the concept. And of course, the slapping hand could be very different situation. It just
Sure.
depends on the
And level of
opponent.
force exerted. Yeah, definitely. Is it just a stinger or is it a knockout slap?
Right.
Right.
So the goal of Wing Chun practitioner is to become natural, or if I may, philosophically, become nothing.
I get it.
See, you get
Beautiful.
it.
Well, you know, this has been an amazing interview. I wanted to ask you, is
Sure.
there something, anything that the audience wouldn't know about you, Sifu?
Well, believe it or not.
And don't tell me you were once a woman. Someone's already used that.
Oh, really? Oh, okay, it's fine. First of all, I was in the martial art world for many, many years, but I don't get involved a lot.
Right.
But lately, because we're coming to public and we get involved a lot and meet a lot, for example, meeting you
Right.
and meeting Lady Cynthia Ruthrock,
Yeah.
met Grandmaster Danny Nasato,
Mhm.
meet all other great martial artists. Believe it or not, to me, you see them in the movies, magazine, anywhere. Your dream is to meet them, and you go, oh my God, I'm gonna be nervous, scary,
Sure.
and because they are big, huge, right? But believe me, when you meet them, my God, they're just like another friend of you. It's just that.
Normal person.
Isn't it more than normal? It's just like, this is not normal.
So normal, it's not normal?
Yeah, normal is not normal. It's just like, I met before we have a grand opening, so we had one of the grandmaster came and did the seminar. We have a pleasure to invite Grandmaster Danny Nasato in our temple. He was the first one. When I met him, my God, first time I was shaking. I said,
Yes.
oh, Grandmaster.
Like everyone else.
Yeah. Grandmaster, oh, my pleasure, my honor. I was on my knee to get him. And he go, Wing Chun Temple, who does that belong to? He was saying, I said, that would be, because I don't want to put my name there. I want Wing Chun to be out there.
Right.
Because I want Wing Chun to grow. Even though I'm not here, I want that spirit to be here. What is our mission is and our vision. So, and then I said, that would be me, Grandmaster. Oh, you are. Oh, I said, Grandmaster, you look so good. When I'm a little older, maybe a little bit like you. And then he say, oh, shut up. You should be better than me. Why you want to be just like me? And I said, oh, no, I don't want to be better like I would never be. Oh, you're lying to me. It's just that personality.
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
It is. It's wonderful.
That's one thing that I learned that I just said, my God. So anyway, you want to live a normal life, happy life? People take martial arts. It works. Religion, yes, you can find something religion, but you know how religion is. Media
Yes.
plays.
Yeah.
And,
Which one? Sorry.
general, I don't want to get into any, So, so that is something that I discovered that
Okay.
I
about
didn't know
yourself.
before.
That's
yes.
wonderful. Is there anything else you'd like to share before we conclude your interview? Anything at all?
Anything at all? Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, you know what? I just want to say, like I said to you earlier, I mean, I saw you one magazine way back.
Oh, this doesn't have to be about me. Okay.
And it's always like and the picture that you showed yesterday when you lure that, I saw that somewhere a long time ago.
Really?
And I couldn't believe it. I said, wow, that's a person. And anyway, it's just amazing how I met you and how we got here. And now that I know that your vision and my vision on martial art, we're almost the same page. And I think my goal is to bring the martial art together, and then, we want to rock the world here.
I know,
that?
that's
Bring
true.
martial art out again. I said to Master Masuda, we need the 70, the 80, the 90 martial art back. It seems like martial art just dying a little bit at a time. So,
It's getting more and more diluted, I think.
Yes.
And we are on parallel paths as far as our mission and the way
Yes.
we live our lives when it comes to our respective arts.
yes.
But I'm a lot like you were, and
Mhm.
also Grandmaster Wong,
Yes.
whereas just training for many years, and that's how my Elohe, Solomon Kaivalu,
Right,
is.
right.
We weren't really allowed to associate with any other arts. You are a successful business owner, and I was wondering if you could share with our audience a little bit about what it's like to be successful as an owner and as an operator of a martial arts business school.
Sure. As for me, I would never have thought that I would ever get into, I love to, pass the art, share the art, but Now coming to the public being as a business, it's kind of a little bit new for me, even though I study business in school, you know. To me is that as a martial artist, I think I have responsibility as presenting the truth about the art. So again, and there's a balance between business also, but the art will always come first. And when people walk to the temple, I present everything lay on the table. You know, there's no hidden fee, because what happened, as you know, that you can sell now, but later on they can come back, you know. What I like to do to be, the rule of thumb is being honest, and anything talk to them openly, and I think people like that and respect that more.
Okay,
Yes.
that's good advice. Well, as we close out your interview, would you please go ahead and look at the audience and give them your contact information?
Yes, you can find us, go to wingchuntemple.com. It's spelled WINGCHUN.com. There you have a contact with a phone number, email. You can contact if you want to find out some more about Wing Chun Temple and under the Wang Long system. You'll be surprised. And Master Michelle Manu, thank you so much again. It's always my pleasure talking to you, hang out with you, and share the art.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's just almost like we're in heaven. We're sharing the art, that moment together. And I really appreciate for all that you do for the women that you're leading right now. And I think nobody else in the country that has to be where you're at right now. And yes, I want you to wish you luck also, and anything you need help from me, I'm open to help you.
Well, likewise.
Great.
Thank you, Sifu.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Just become a really great friend, and the
Yes.
Luhaleo Kaiwalu supports you too,
Yes.
and your entire Wing Chun family.
Yes.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Well, this is Michelle Manu. You've been watching the Masters Hall of Fame World News. Kind of an emotional interview, but a great one. And we hope to see you again. Thanks so much. You can reach us at worldnews@mastershalloffame.org. Thanks for watching the show today. If you would like to be a guest or know of someone who would like to be a guest on the Masters Hall of Fame World News, please write to us at worldnews@mastershalloffame.org. Thank you, and stay tuned.